Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in Surah Al-Anbiya, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وداود وسليمان إذ يحكمان في الحرث إذ نفشت فيه غنم القوم وكنا لحكمهم شاهدين ففهمناها سليمان وكلا أتينا حكما وعلما. We reflect on these ayat in Surah Al-Anbiya. And subhanallah, a couple of ayat in 2 lines give us so much to learn and so much wisdom. And yet we read them so many times and we pass by them as if nothing, as if we read nothing, subhanallah. But inshallah, as we reflect here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is taking us to the court of King Sulaiman, the Prophet, subhanallah. And here people are coming to a dispute, to solve a dispute. What had happened is some shepherds who owned some sheep, the sheep went stray and went into a field of other people that had crops and ruined the crops. And the people who the crops are ruined, they come to Prophet Sulaiman alayhi salam to rule and to solve this dispute. Their land is ruined, their crops is ruined, and what do? Subhanallah. So Prophet Dawood alayhi salam listens to both of you. And as we know from the other, from Surah Sa'd, where Prophet Dawood had listened to the first person complaining and judged before he listened to the others, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had asked him and taught him a lesson that he has to listen for both. When we judge, we have to listen to both opponents. As Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu says, if somebody has come to you with one lost eye and say somebody beat me, don't rule for him till you see the other person and he might have lost both eyes. So you have to listen carefully and then judge. So here Prophet Dawood alayhi salam listens to the dispute, and the dispute is sheep had run over the field and destroyed the crops and destroyed everything. SubhanAllah. The facts are clear. So Prophet Dawood alayhi salam assesses the damage, how much to the crops, and realized, let's say maybe it was $1,000, and assesses the value of the sheep, and it's equal $1,000. So he says his ruling would be that the owners of the land take the sheep, and this is equal to their loss, and this is fair to both parties. As they are leaving the court of Prophet Dawood alayhi salam, Prophet Sulaiman, the son of Dawood, is coming in, and he asks, what did my father rule? And they tell him, your father ruled that the owners of the field takes as compensation all the sheep, and it's fair for both parties. So he says, hold on, let me talk to him. And he goes to Prophet Dawood and says, you have ruled, and yes, it's a fair ruling, just ruling. But there is something gentler and kinder, a better ruling that's gentler and kinder for both parties. Because this ruling has compensated the people that had the field. But the other group has lost their livelihood, has lost everything, because if all their livelihood comes from the sheep, they have lost their livelihood. He suggested that he have a kinder and gentler ruling, subhanAllah. So his father asked him, what is it? He says, you award the sheep to the people that lost their field for 1 year. They use its wool and they use its milk and maybe its offspring, and the people that their sheep has caused the damage, fix the field, and after this they get their sheep back. This is more gentler, more kinder for both parties, as now both parties are compensated and both have their livelihood. So King Dawood alayhi salam concurs and says, yes, this is better, and he brings the parties back and changes his ruling, subhanallah. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes وَكُنَّا لِحُكْمِهِمْ شَاهِدِينَ. Allah is saying that He witnessed both their judgment, subhanallah. So when there is a court, Allah is witnessing the judgment.